Welcome back from Graphic Extras. In this video I'm just going to show you how to use the Stylism plugin from Astute Graphics, and I'm going to use it as a symbol. Well, I'm going to create a symbol from it, that's the key thing. Right, just going to create a path. It could be any path, of course. I'm just going to create a very basic path. There's just a simple path, but I'm not going to have it with a fill. I'm actually going to have it with a stroke. So just select that and set the stroke width so you can see it a bit better. Okay, once you've actually done that, just go over to the Stylism Tool. Just find it over here in the Illustrator toolbox. And there's a palette here, panel. And just going to add a quick shadow to it, so drop shadow. And you can obviously modify the shadow so you can actually see there's the actual drop shadow. It's a live effect, so you can change it at any point in the process. You just move it around, make it darker, blur it slightly. But also you can of course apply other effects here. You can actually got a whole selection of feather and transform. And I'm going to go for a transform live path. So I'm actually going to select that. Now, there's a few settings here. Don't scale, I don't want to do that. I'm going to set number of copies. Not going to go too much, but you can go obviously 10, 15 or whatever copies. And I'm going to set the reference point to be over on that side. Right, now to use it, just drag the anchor points out there, transform, and of course you can also rotate it. You can actually see a path that it follows as well, so you can actually increase the number of copies. So you can actually just add the copies, 6 copies, just click there and just drag it out, 7 copies. You can of course reduce that down very quickly as well. So it's a nice interactive feature. Right, you can also rotate, so you can actually create some nice interesting. So you've got this design. Now it's got a shadow, it's also got a transformation. And we can see them over here, transform and drop shadow. Well, you can actually just save that as a symbol. So I'm just going to drag that now over to the symbols palette. And of course I could give it a name, but I'm just going to go with new symbol 1. And there you've got it over there. So I can get rid of it now. So that design's been removed. And I'm just going to zoom out a bit, and I can just select that symbol, but of course I can also apply it using the symbol sprayer. So you can actually just use all those symbols, and you can actually create some pretty abstract designs very quickly just by using all these, obviously. And of course you don't have to use those, you could use the other effects like blur or glows. So you can do that. But not only that, you can also, and the next thing too, I'm just going to drag that symbol over. You can actually use the symbol with the stylism itself. So now, next thing I'm actually going to do is add drop shadow. And I can actually modify that, drag that out. And I can have it obviously pointing in a different direction to make it a bit more obvious. So there's the actual design. That's actually, it gets a bit messy of course with multiple shadows, but you can actually, and of course not only that, you can also apply a transform as well. So again, I've actually got here, I can increase the number of copies. I don't want to go maybe too many, so, and I'm going to click there, and I can rotate it again, as well as scale outwards. Right, so you can create some really weird echoing shadowy sort of transformations just by using symbols and combining these effects. And of course at this point, if you really want to go, actually just go select that design, drag it over into symbols, and you've got another symbol, which of course you can now just go over to the symbol sprayer tool, and you can obviously apply it, and you can really create very, very unusual results. And of course you could actually continue. You could add, and I'm just going to remove that, just go that one, and I can now of course add a drop shadow there, or one of these other effects, maybe blur. Might be quite slow doing it, but it will eventually do it. Yep, goes in blur, comes up, and you can see it's actually been blurred at that point. So a symbol and a symbol and a symbol all the way on, depending on the power of your computer, and obviously maybe Illustrator and how many resources it can access. Anyway, I hope you found this tutorial of interest. Thank you much.